welcome to Silver and Black Films presents Rearranging the Secondary.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
It is with a heavy heart that I acknowledge the passing of legendary Raiders cornerback Willie Brown this week. As great as Charles Woodson was, he even called Brown the real Raider 24. And you have to agree because he was the original. And on top of that, he was a Raider for life. He played 12 years, coached 10 years, and was an executive for 25 years with the organization. And as great as he was at everything he did for the organization, he was known to be an even better human being. So congratulations to Willie Brown for the amazing life he had here on Earth. It sure would be nice if he was alive and in his prime playing for the Raiders today. They have a lot of rearranging to do in their secondary. And they started by trading 2017 first-round pick Gareon Conley to the Houston Texans, who they'll be playing Sunday. And there are even more changes on the way to that secondary. It's time for some youngsters to step up.
One quick announcement, we did trade cornerback Gareon Conley to the Houston Texans. And it was a tough decision, obviously, and we certainly wish Gareon the best. Good young player. We do have some young corners that we drafted, Trayvon Mullen. We have Isaiah Johnson coming back soon. Keyshawn Nixon, Nevin Lawson is back. We want to look at some younger players and wish Gareon the best. Thank him for his contribution. I'll be happy to answer any questions I can.
Had Gareon played up to the standard that you hoped?
I think he's a good player. I'm not gonna get into it any other than that. I think he's a good young player. We drafted 2 young corners to play also, and they're back ready to go here quickly, and we want to give them an opportunity, like we are a lot of our other young players at other positions.
Who would be the guy?
Conley was a guy that I had such high hopes for. The 2017 first-round pick looked very promising last year, especially down the stretch. It looked like he was going to develop into the next shutdown corner. Opposing quarterbacks completed 54% of their passes against him for 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, and threw him 3 interceptions. And in the process, he looked like one of the players former GM Reggie McKenzie drafted that Gruden would actually have to keep. Not only could he make plays himself, but he can set up others to make plays. The bottom line is you couldn't sneak much past him last year. His coverage was extra sticky. But then came 2019 and that wasn't the case. He's been the opposite of last year, as quarterbacks seem to be able to go at him at will. You name the quarterback, receiver, and route, and you can bet most of the time it's going to be complete going Conley's way. And that includes the deep ball, where it's bombs over Baghdad. The feet, hips, and change of direction that he had coming out of Ohio State don't seem to be there these days. He seems to be a little late on everything that comes his way. And it all came to a head on Sunday as the Green Bay Packers went off on him. So far this year, opposing quarterbacks are completing almost 70% of their passes for 266 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception for a passer rating of 126 on Conley. He had to go. How long will slot corner LaMarcus Joyner last? Because all he can do is play the run. As soon as they start throwing on him, that's it. He's short, so he can't stop those big tight ends. Taller receivers give him problems as well. Opposing receivers get plenty of separation on him as well. So far this year, opposing quarterbacks are completing 80% of their passes for 292 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 109. Are there any takers for Joyner? We move on to Darryl Worley, who's not exactly a shutdown cornerback himself. He struggles mightily against receivers that are sudden and have speed. And he doesn't have the speed or anticipation to break out an out route thrown his way. Oh. You can shake Worley, and once you shake him, you got him. Oh. Cornerbacks aren't supposed to bite on play action this bad. Off-man coverage isn't for Worley. He doesn't have the speed and quickness to break on the ball. They have him playing a little bit of safety now, and I can't help but wonder if it's confusing him. He thinks he has help over the top here, but the safety took another man that came into his area. Then here at safety, he has deep half responsibility, but he takes the wrong deep half at first. At 6'1", 6'2", 215 pounds, he has the size to match up with tight ends. But it didn't start out so well with him matching up with Travis Kelce. But he now looks good in that area as he showed against Eric Ebron of the Indianapolis Colts. Or any tight end they had for that matter. He showed he can play in the box too. He doesn't make the tackle here, but he showed he can shed the tight end's block. Here he's going to shed the tight end's block and make a piece of the tackle. Now here he's going to make the play. Worley at strong safety will make room for rookie Isaiah Johnson, who's coming off an injured reserve soon. Taking Conley's place will be Trayvon Mullen, who looked good early in the preseason. but he was set back by a training camp injury. Then he was taken to school in the season opener. Don't do it, don't do it, don't you do it. After not giving up a touchdown in his whole college career, he gives up a touchdown in his first pro game. But after that, he has progressively gotten better. Here he's going to take away the primary receiver and make Patrick Mahomes go the other way. Nothing has been thrown his way since that first completion against the Chiefs. The ball is going to get batted down here, but Mullen is on his man. Here he takes away the deep ball and makes Jacoby Brissett go underneath. And he does the same thing here against the Bears. This is nice here, and he gets his hands on him a little bit. Nevin Lawson, who is now back from his PED suspension, gets a little handsy at times and draws flags. But he also provides tight coverage and makes plays on the ball. Even when he gets beat, he's right there fighting for it. He can play in the slot too, so he could be the next man up if Joyner continues to falter. Keyshawn Nixon is probably in play for some snaps as well. He looked good this preseason, especially against the Green Bay Packers. You might say that's just a preseason against guys that don't play in the regular season, but the Packers had so many injuries at receiver. He covered the same guys this preseason that burnt Raider corners last Sunday. But in week 2 against the Chiefs, he got touched up a little bit. They made it a point to go deep on him. To be a safety and defensive coordinator in Paul Guenther's system, you have to be able to do a lot of different things. And Karl Joseph can, as you see, he can play in the box. He can blitz, getting a turnover for his team here. Can hit, especially if you catch a pass in this area. Oh! And he can play on the back end when they give him a chance. The ball finds him here. And again here. He's good on that deep half. But he needs more consistency playing single high. Perhaps they should give more opportunities at it. But the one thing Joseph can't do that Gunther requires the safeties to be able to do is cover those big tight ends. 5'10" just doesn't work on 6'6". Eric Harris can't cover man-to-man at all. He can't cover the middle receiver in trips. And despite his size at 6'3", 225 pounds, he can't cover tight ends either. Oh, someone dropped their yellow handkerchief. Harris doesn't have the range for single high, so he'll be late every time. Oh! And he gets caught up doing things he shouldn't be doing. Playing deep half, he can get there sometimes. And he's also good playing as a robber. Now this is what being a robber is all about. And while he's not Joseph, he will hit you. He'll even come up in the run game. And that's the 3-man rotation at safety while first-round pick Jonathan Abram is out for the season. Along with Marcus Allen's 74-yard run in Super Bowl 18, this is the most iconic play in Raider history. Old man Willie going all the way in Super Bowl 11. Thank you for all the memories, Willie. You will be missed. Thank you for watching. See you next week.